Good morning. Please be seated. Welcome to the Morristown-Beard Middle School 2021 Moving Up ceremony. We would like to thank all the middle school faculty, staff, and for their efforts to get us to this point, and to our families who have supported us throughout this journey. I know that the friendships that everyone has made here will stay strong in these coming years. We have learned so much this year, not only academically, but also about ourselves. This experience in the middle school has shaped us, the class of 2025, into the people we are today. I would like to be the first to congratulate the class of 2025 on this achievement. You guys really deserve it. Please enjoy the program. And now I would like to welcome Miss Luna for welcoming remarks.
Just giving you 1 minute. It is so nice to see all of your faces. Good morning. It is indeed a pleasure to welcome you to the 2021 Moving Up ceremony. I've always known that central to the mission of schools is providing a place for students to cut their teeth on relationships and community building, but never has the necessity for human interaction been brought so clearly into focus than it has this year. What a joy it has been to see our students sitting together in the hallways, or building snow tunnels in the winter, or playing kickball with their teachers, or just ordinary lunch gathering, enjoying each other's company. My heart broke as the children in my neighborhood sat in their homes for an entire year learning remotely, missing out on the learning and the life lessons that help shape young people. In a year when our personal and professional lives were turned upside down, I consider it a blessing that we were able to open our doors and give our students a bit of normal life, a chance to be together and learn together. I am so appreciative of our teachers who trusted the administration, putting their doubts and fears aside. They came to work ready to teach and to be supportive, and I thank them for their commitment, focus, and their love of teaching. So thank you, teachers. I am sure that you will hear many appropriate reflections about the year, but I want to remind us that today is about celebrating a milestone for our 8th grade students. I want to honor all of them, and it is so nice to be able to have them around us instead of behind us, how it usually is on any given year. I really appreciate their ability this year to stay focused and to be positive and to not let fear be the victor. So coming together, I want to be with them and be proud of them. This wonderful class started out with 42 sixth graders. We added 11 more students in 7th grade, and then 13 this past year to bring it to the 66 we are honoring today. They are a talented group of students that helped us launch new programming and took middle school leadership opportunities to a new level. They initiated student-led conferences in 6th grade. They helped us develop a student government, and this year the social justice leadership group. They have fostered strong friendship bonds, and together they have weathered the storms of adolescence. I know they leave middle school with stronger academic skills, better equipped to collaborate, and having learned a little bit about the relationships and the delicate balance of friendships. As we know, middle school is a lot about change and growth. Teachers will tell you that the best part of our job, the beauty of our job, is witnessing the thousands of small transformative moments in a student's life, moments that affirm my hope in the future. So as we slowly emerge from this year and the road ahead looks brighter, our students are preparing for the next phase of their educational adventure, an adventure that will hopefully give them lots of opportunities to learn about the world they live in and figure out what inspires and motivates them and gives them meaning. So congratulations, class, 8th grade class of 2021. I wish you all really well, happiness, and extremely good luck in the future. Thank you. So I will now proceed to the awards segment of our program. We will be honoring individual students for their performance in an area or academic discipline. Determining who will receive an award is carefully considered and extensively discussed. It is a difficult and challenging process for teachers to undertake because there are always many worthy recipients. I will start with the class leader. A tradition at the Morristown-Beard School is to announce the class leader. The class leader is given to a student with the highest grade point average achieved by the end of 8th grade. It is my privilege to say a few words about this year's class scholar. This student's attributes go far beyond a wonderful report card. They possess an interested mind and a willingness to take on a task, an academic challenge. Her teachers in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade will attest to the student's sustained learning and academic successes. Her excellent work ethic and commitment to her studies earned her a grade point average of 4.0 all 3 years of middle school. Quite an achievement. Her English teacher said she pays attention to the nuances in the literature we read, and communicates her ideas effectively, both when speaking and in writing. Her written work highlights her strong analytical skills and continued growth in her ability to write succinctly. Her French teacher wrote, "She is self-motivated, focused, and an engaged student who is a great contributor to our class conversation. She impresses me daily with her enthusiasm for the French language." In math, she finished the integrated Math 2 class with top marks and an honors designation. This is a class that only a handful of middle school students are eligible to take. During her time here, Colette has represented our school on many venues, from spelling bees to quiz bowl. She has done so with intellect and grace. All her teachers speak about her commitment, respectful nature, and insightful mind. I am very pleased and proud to announce that this year's class leader is Colette Gentili. Please come up and be honored. And now I will invite Mrs. Swanson to continue with the awards presentation. Please note the words and thoughts read by the presenters were written by the teachers who conferred the awards. Students will receive a copy of this speech for their own records. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the program.
Our first award today is the K. Drake History Award. As is the case every year, this year's K. Drake History Award winner is an excellent student of history. She consistently earns top marks on her assessments, completes all assignments diligently, and is a leader in the classroom. What is extraordinary about this year's winner is the level at which she engages in her own learning. While her natural curiosity is a benefit in the history classroom, it is enhanced by the maturity with which she approaches her work. During the revision periods of the thesis paper process, each student meets with the teacher to discuss revisions. When it was this student's turn, she began with, "I already corrected most of the things you made comments on because I realized they weren't working. So here's what I'm thinking about next." After an in-class essay, she returned later just to discuss that she wasn't pleased with her thesis because, on reflection, she didn't think it made strong enough claims. Halfway through the research phase of one of her projects, she realized that she had grown bored with the topic that she chose because she had just been focusing too much on the concrete and not been doing enough analysis. So she made sure to meet with the teacher to figure out how to make it more complex. It is these types of behavior that set her apart. While many students work hard and do well, she works smart. She understands that if she pursues knowledge and monitors her own understanding, that the grades will come. She follows her interests and trusts her gut to take calculated academic risks. It has been a pleasure to guide her on her journey this year and to watch her find the joy in learning. Congratulations, Sloan Fiverson. Our next award is our Academic Excellence in English Award. English is a subject that encompasses many topics and skills: spelling, grammar, vocabulary, reading, and an ability to communicate effectively in both spoken and written formats. Furthermore, it requires strong critical thinking skills. To be a good English student means that the student can express his or her ideas clearly. However, to be an excellent student of English, one possesses the skills mentioned above and questions literature, various writing styles, and especially themselves. This year's English Award winner is not only highly skilled in all of these areas, but she has a passion and a desire for writing and literature that extends beyond the classroom. For example, conversing about authors and writing styles after class ends is not uncommon for her. In class, she diligently completes assignments, performs well on assessments, and is highly engaged in current topics. Her enthusiasm and energy are palpable and contagious. She is a warm, encouraging, humble class leader. Like a scientist with a microscope, she scrutinizes her work, searching for ways to improve and elevate each piece, even after submitting it. This past semester, after reading Elie Wiesel's Night, she wrote, "Stories reflect our backgrounds, cultures, and experiences in life. Sharing stories can create a sense of empathy and help people understand others' perspectives. They can allow for some to walk in another person's shoes. People are witnesses to history." This is one of many examples of her exceptional writing abilities. And although she can be serious, she is also very witty and not afraid to laugh at herself and even point out her own mistakes. Librarian, critic, and author Lawrence Clark Powell instructed, "Write to be understood, speak to be heard, and read to grow." This year's English Award recipient already accomplishes those directives, and she will undoubtedly achieve much success in her academic career. Her commitment to the subject is like no other, and I have been most fortunate to have taught her in 6th grade and again this year in 8th grade. It is my honor and pleasure to present this year's English Award winner to Alex Genoa. Our next award is the Academic Excellence in Spanish. Learning a foreign language and the culture that goes with it is one of the most useful things we can do to broaden the empathy and imaginative sympathy and cultural outlook of children. Culture is the most enjoyable way to visualize and understand another language. From its literature and the countless stories that submerge us into other places and times, to dances and music that make our bodies vibrate with joy and rhythm, the recipes of all the mothers and grandmothers being tasted from one generation to the next, to the landscapes of magnificent sacred mountains full of all kinds of greens and fauna, one can feel, imagine, and empathize with others and their language. One can make connections with one's own culture and in the end realize that there are more similarities than differences and more instances to celebrate and embrace each other. This year's recipient has demonstrated great enthusiasm and dedication to the Spanish language in 7th and 8th grade. He has shown curiosity and a keenness to learn all aspects of Spanish-speaking countries. For 2 years in a row, he has helped put together the short 5 de Mayo presentations to the middle school. I can always count on him to actively participate in class activities, always with a smile and always with an eagerness to complete the task to the best of his ability. When asked to summarize stories, he fully applies himself to the task and is able to produce paragraphs with depth and understanding. He continually exceeds the targets set. He took on the task of completing all the IXL exercises to 100%, demonstrating his willingness to acquire new vocabulary and a will to succeed in the understanding of more complex Spanish grammatical structures. His curiosity for the Spanish language and its culture, his determination to broaden his knowledge with its reflected work that he has produced, makes him an admirable example for all language students and makes Arden Upadhyay this year's recipient of the Award for Excellence in Spanish. Congratulations, Arden.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Mr. McGran. I'll be presenting the Academic Excellence in Latin Award first. The Latin Award is presented to a student who has demonstrated exceptional talent for Latin and enthusiasm for Roman culture and history. Latin is a language that rewards attention to detail. For example, given the expression minervam sus docet, an inattentive reader might fall into the trap, based on the word order, of understanding it to mean Minerva teaches a pig. Minerva being the Roman goddess of wisdom and war strategy, and a pig being a barnyard animal. Indeed, the attentive Latin student understands that minervam sus docet means a pig teaches Minerva, and as such, suggests a bit of Roman humor, a situation in which one presumes to explain to one more expert than oneself, roughly to mansplain. The enthusiastic Latin student might even get a kick out of the deliberate scrambling of word order. Putting minervam first in the sentence was the Roman equivalent of italics, or bold formatting. It's like a pig teaching Minerva. Laughter ensues. Perhaps the Romans did not give pigs enough credit, but we get the point. Ellie Pine could give the goddess of wisdom a run for her money in teaching a pig or anyone else. She exemplifies another Latin expression, docendo discitur, one learns by teaching. Ellie's aspiration to be a teacher, perfectly illustrated when she shared a picture of the classroom she set up in her home, is apt. She approaches learning with a pedagogical flair, sharing epiphanies with her classmates, taking opportunities to provide additional examples, elucidating tricky concepts in simple terms, and modeling practice, engagement, and risk-taking. She thrives in the informal chatter we engage in at the beginning of class, often making her own contributions in Latin. Through her enthusiasm and attitude, Ellie illustrates the very Roman virtues of industria, or diligence, comitas, or affability, and humanitas, humanity. It is with great pleasure that I present the Latin Award to Ellie Pine. The next award is the Leona Fagan French Award, and I have the pleasure of presenting this on behalf of upper school French teacher Madame Leborgne. Leon is currently an 8th grader in an upper school experienced French class. This is very unusual for a class populated by seniors and juniors. He demonstrates a degree of maturity, commitment, and competence well beyond what one might expect for a middle school student. All of these qualities have contributed to the development of his strong language skills and success in French class. Leon has consistently been a diligent and focused student, going above and beyond on all assessments and navigating difficult grammar with great competence. His performance on a daily basis far exceeded my expectations. I had the pleasure of listening to Leon in an extensive presentation in French on l'histoire de l'Arménie. This presentation was totally unexpected, but when he told me he had done this presentation for another class in English, I asked him to do the same presentation, but in French. Without complaints, Leon prepared and presented this information, not because it was required or even expected, but because he chose to do it. For his focused attention to the French language, his love of learning, his thought-provoking questions and observations, and great performance this year, Leon Sarkissian is the winner of this year's award for excellence in French. Congratulations, Leon. Next is the Academic Excellence in Mathematics Award. On behalf of Ms. Rose, success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you are doing. I wish I had come up with that quote, but I didn't. Edson Arantes de Nascimento did, and this quote truly exemplifies the work ethic and success of our Mathematics Award winner. Their success is no accident. When this student began their middle school career here at MBS, they earned a B- on the very first quiz in math. Over the course of the year, their teacher noted that they had shown a great deal of growth in both their academic performance and personal leadership. This student persevered in the 6th grade, mastering the learning targets set by the curriculum and preparing for each day with the habits of mind for success. In soccer, the player who comes to mind as the most revered for their success is Pelé. He is described as being adept at striking the ball with either foot, in addition to anticipating his opponent's movements on the field. Excuse me. He could also take on a playmaking role, providing assists with his vision and passing ability. Pelé's skill in solving problems in more than one way, choosing and using the right tools, as well as solving problems by looking for rules and patterns, are also the habits of a highly successful mathematician. Moreover, the idea of being able to assist or help in playmaking is paramount to both a successful soccer player and a successful learner. It is no wonder that our Mathematics Award goes to a student who is also a highly accomplished soccer player. Throughout the past 3 years, this student, like Pelé, the author of the quote, also makes it clear that they love what they're doing. It has been my great pleasure to teach this student for 2 of their 3 years here in the middle school, both on their first day as a 6th grader and soon, or already, their final day as an 8th grader. Now it is my great honor to invite Tommy Byrne to accept the Mathematics Award. Congratulations, Tommy.
Good morning. I will be presenting the Most Improved Student Award first. The following quote is from President Theodore Roosevelt's speech entitled Citizenship in a Republic. It is not the critic who counts, not the person who points out how the strong stumble or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the person who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes up short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasm, the great devotions, who spends themselves in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if they fail, at least fail while daring greatly. So their place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. The middle school years have been described as chaotic, dramatic, and above all, a time of incredible change. Students walk in our doors into this arena with the framework of an elementary school student and leave with the preparation necessary for success in high school. The growth that occurs over the course of the ensuing 3 years cannot be quantified and certainly is unique for each student. Yet today we honor the growth of one young person who has made noticeable strides. When this student joined us in the 6th grade, Mrs. Forte remarked that the student was a bit shy and didn't put themselves out there. As a 7th grader, this student still had their quiet moments, but towards the end of the year, they began to assert themselves more. Their willingness to share their thinking and opinions were more frequent, and they joined in more frequently during classroom conversations. Mrs. Kellstrom noted, one of the nicest things to see over the course of the school year was the growth in their confidence and willingness to share their thoughts and opinions in advisory and in civics. By the end of 8th grade, Dr. Chestnut Andrews added that this student is a conscientious person who puts forth all-out effort and is supportive of others. As advisors, Signora Laviola and Ms. Rose note how frequently this student smiles, shares, asks questions, leads by example, and gets work done. Yet even with all of those comments from their teacher, this student said it best as they remarked of themselves in a piece of writing about being in middle school. Not only did the classwork challenge me, but also being in a larger environment made me more outgoing. This student did indeed spend their time in middle school continuing to self-challenge and willing to put themselves in the arena. They gave effort even when that meant sometimes coming up short. They showed great enthusiasm and spent themselves in a worthy cause. Therefore, it is my honor to present the Most Improved Student Award to Isla Johnston. May you consider the dare her. I'll now present the Excellence in Wellness Award. The Middle School Wellness Award is new this year and is presented to the student who enthusiastically participated in classroom discussions, exhibited maturity across topics, was respectful of the thoughts of peers, and displayed a solid understanding of the various facets of wellness, including physical, mental, emotional, and social well-being. This student arrived in 8th grade wellness this year with considerable background knowledge in most of the topics we discussed. She shared what she knew frequently, but never looked down on those who might have more to learn. The honest, open manner with which she participated lifted those around her, encouraging them to follow her example. There were many students this year who set a positive tone for their peers in wellness. However, this student stands out. She is knowledgeable, positive, humble, and kind. In short, she is a quiet leader, earning the respect of classmates and teachers alike. She recognizes that wellness is not a goal to be attained, but an attitude focused on a lifelong pursuit of healthy choices and developing them into habits. Her combination of ability, work ethic, and interest in wellness will benefit not only her, but those around her in the years ahead. It is my privilege to present the inaugural Middle School Wellness Award to Rebecca Stulberger.
Good morning. My name is Mike Sturgeon, and I will be first presenting the Excellence in Performing Arts Award. The recipient of this year's Middle School Performing Arts Award is a student who has shown tremendous dedication not only to her own learning, but supported her classmates on their journey to becoming better musicians. A member of the middle school band for the past 3 years, she has been an invaluable section leader and teaching assistant. Always prepared and ready to rehearse, she has been a wonderful, positive role model for other band members. Every student in class has been inspired at one time or another by this young musician. During one visit to the new Center for Innovation and Design, the class was short one computer station. This student quickly offered to tour the room and assist any student that was having difficulty with the new software. She spent the entire period doing this, and in the process kept the class clearly focused on the work that they were doing. This sort of selfless attitude has been a hallmark of her time at MBS. This year, the middle school band used a web-based program to present instrumental parts to the students on their iPads. An elegant problem solver, this student was very helpful in locating errors in the parts that arose with the new technology and in communicating them to the band director, Dr. Gervin. As a brass player, this student has made excellent progress in trumpet performance. She has increased her breathing capacity, extended her range on the instrument, and has achieved notable advancement in her music reading ability. Intellectually curious, she has never been afraid to ask specific questions to better understand a subject. And on top of all this, she has been attentive and engaged 100% of the time. For her outstanding contributions and unwavering dedication to the middle school band, we proudly present the 2021 Middle School Performing Arts Award to Maya Patankar. While there were a number of excellent candidates for the Design Arts Award, it did not take our department long to come to a consensus. Addison Becker has distinguished herself in every class she has ever taken in the design arts, which included digital sketch and draw, photography, metalsmithing, makerspace, and jewelry design. That's Addison with one D. She reminded Ms. Erickson as a sixth grader and frequently told other adults in the room as well. She is a common denominator during open studio time in CID 006, where students who have taken courses in this studio can come and work on projects outside of class time. Addison has creative ideas and loves a technical challenge, spending the necessary time honing a particular skill while making astute observations about the process. Mr. Martino said this about Addison, and I believe it elegantly sums her up. Addison uniquely incorporated personal interest into all her work. She cleverly allowed her interest in astrology to inform her design decisions. Aspects of her inspiration can be found throughout her compositions as the focus of each piece, but also in background elements. This tiered approach of integrating her ideas elevates her work. In the jewelry design realm, Addison is currently learning anticlastic forming, which is transforming a piece of metal into a flowing form, an intermediate level technique. Outside of MBS, Addison attends One River School in Millburn, where she has been designing and fabricating accessories out of resin and found objects. Next year, in addition to continuing her study in metals, Addison has requested glass design. She has already asked Mrs. Erickson for instructional materials so she can study them over the summer in order to be prepared for the course. I look forward to seeing what this talented and determined young woman accomplishes in the upper school. My guess is it'll be whatever she puts her mind to. Congratulations, Addison Becker, on being this year's recipient to the Design Arts Award. The Timmy Award, given in memory of Timothy Simon Slattery, is presented to the student athletes who exemplify the virtues of sportsmanship and fair play. This year's recipients are natural leaders who represent exactly what Morristown-Beard stands for, both on and off the field. They are both model students who lead by example and are respected by their coaches, teachers, and teammates. This year's winners are both exemplary members of the soccer, basketball, and lacrosse teams. When these two step on the field or court, their energy, athleticism, and leadership are more than evident. You literally can't miss it. Many times in the past, when I give this speech, I went to the winners' coaches to ask for quotes. I didn't have to do that this year. I was able to fully witness the positive impact these two had on Crimson athletics. I have done this for over 20 years, and I know leaders when I see them. And believe me, these are two of the best Morristown-Beard has ever had. Their athletic prowess is only one small part of what they bring to the table. They never have an off day effort-wise, and you never see negative body language. In fact, it is rare to see them without a smile ear to ear. They love competing, and they love playing for the Crimson. If you haven't had the luxury of watching them play, make sure you put that on your list of things to do. They won't disappoint. I know I can't wait for them to hit the basketball court, and yes, you both will be playing basketball in high school. You don't have a choice. It is with great honor that I present the Timmy Award to Clara Pearl and Rebecca Leonard.
Good morning, everybody. I'm here to present first the Francis Pirelli Science Award. Carl Sagan, a famous astronomer and cosmologist, once said, "Science is a way of thinking much more than it is a body of knowledge." The recipient of this year's Excellence in Science Award embodies many of the characteristics that we expect to see in a budding scientist. He is curious, patient, detail-oriented, and most importantly, persistent. Flashback to 6th grade. Our award winner had to dissect a frog in my science class. Initially, he was apprehensive and tentative about the prospect of cutting into an animal to study its insides. But he then gathered his nerves, took a deep breath, and cut into the specimen. I still remember the expression on his face. After successfully completing the dissection, he was grinning from ear to ear. This year's unique learning situation had students conduct virtual labs. During the force and motion unit, students used a simulated activity in which they had to calibrate the speed and force needed for an object to cause a specific change in acceleration onto another object. The simulation proved to be challenging because of the precision required and, of course, Wi-Fi connectivity issues. The student persevered through all these challenges and managed to complete the lab and collected accurate data. During our discussion-based classes, the student always asks pertinent questions that allows him and the rest of the class to delve deeper into the subject. He works well with all his peers and is an essential team player during group work. His lab technique is precise, and he never shies away from asking for help. A consummate learner, the student grabs any opportunity to complete extra credit, readings, and other options offered. These examples and many more make the recipient of this year's Excellence in Science Award winner the perfect choice. Robert Magnara, this award recognizes your intelligence, dedication, scientific way of thinking, and the incredible hard work you have put in to distinguish yourself from your peers. Continue to be curious, courageous, and persistent. I am confident the world will benefit from your input should you choose to pursue your interest in science in your future academic years. Congratulations, Robert Magnara. And now I present the last award of the day. The last award of this afternoon is incredibly special. The class of 2025 voted to choose the winner of the Congeniality Award. This award is given to the student known to be the most welcoming, charismatic, and friendly peer in the class. Here are some quotes from her classmates who voted for our winner. "I would choose this person as she has always been so kind and friendly to everyone since day one. She goes out of her way to make everyone happy and will always cheer someone up when they are down. She's always positive and she lights up the room." Here's another one. "She's probably the happiest, well-behaved, most congenial friend, the best role model I know. She's constantly radiating positive energy, and that's cool since I know I wouldn't be able to keep up that positivity 24/7. Several other students who chose our award winner had more of the same to say. Caring, kind, friendly were the three words that came up constantly in her peers' description of her. As her teachers, we wholeheartedly agree with the choice. The student has consistently led by example. She does what needs to do with a sweet disposition and without being involved in any drama. In life, the people we most enjoy being around are those who radiate happiness wherever they go. This student's effervescent personality is contagious, and she brings joy to every class she walks into. Each day, she is full of enthusiasm for everything we do here at MBS. And it is seen in the way she has involved herself in everything school related. It is not uncommon to see her standing up for what is right. Although she can roll with the punches and have a sense of humor, she is very determined to use integrity and always focuses on the task. Maya Patankar, you are hands down the epitome of the word congenial. May you continue to spread your happiness and laughter everywhere you go. The upper school is lucky to have you, and we cannot wait to see all the fantastic things you will accomplish in the years to come. Congratulations, Maya Patankar. I would now like to invite Addison Kelly to present the class gift.
Each year, the 8th grade class has a chance to present a gift to the middle school. This year, the 8th grade would like to present Miss Luna with the gift, a framed picture of the class. Thank you, Miss Luna, for everything you've done for us over the past 3 years.
Hi everyone, my name is Raita Kareem. Today is the day that we 8th graders are closing a chapter and entering a new one. Saying goodbye to the known wonky stage and hello to the years where we truly learn about ourselves. We've been preparing our whole middle school years for this transition, each year learning more techniques and the tools that we need to get through, but no one expected it to come so fast. We've learned things both in and out of the classroom. In 6th grade, we were going over our emergency help plans one week. I will never forget when they acted it out by having one of the teachers pretend to faint. Do you guys remember? That plan failed horribly, as the teachers could not stop laughing. Their contagious laughs made us all start laughing, and in the blink of an eye, the classroom filled with red faces, tight stomachs, and bright smiles. Even though we had no idea what was going on, the joyfulness of the people around us made an impression that I can easily say is one of my favorite memories in my middle school journey. During my time in the Morristown-Beard Middle School, I tried many new things, but the best one was joining ski club in 7th grade. I had never ever skied before, so I spent a lot of time on the bunny hills. I had no problem with this, but one day, my ski buddy and I decided that today was the day we should go on the regular mountains because it would obviously be fun. As we got off the ski lift and on the mountain, we were following the trail of the Green Mountain, the easiest one. There was one specific turn where you go to the left to the Green Mountain or to the right for the black. My friend and I sped past the same directions and went to the right. And for all of you non-skiers out there, black is the hardest trail you can ride. I know, it's crazy to think these two girls had spent all their time on the bunny hills going on the hardest trail. As you could probably imagine, things didn't go so well, and we both crashed into the cabin all the way at the bottom. Even though we suffered a few injuries, a fractured neck being one of them, I learned how to be fearless. When I saw that we were on the black trail and I had no idea what was going on, I braced myself and went for it. From that day on, I met each challenge with the same fearlessness I had on that mountain, and I want us to all carry this fearlessness as we embark on our journey in the upper school. I want to leave this with you. In the upper school, we will all ski those hard trails at times. We are going to be faced with so many challenges, but as long as we keep that fearlessness, take risks, and even hold onto the ski poles a little tighter than usual, then we will make it out fine. We need to keep our head up and dodge the splotchy snow as much as possible. Being a part of the class of 2025 and seeing it up close, I know for a fact that we are unstoppable. As a collective, I'd like to say thank you teachers, staff, and faculty for molding us into the people we are today, who are ready to take on the next 4 years as it rushes at us. As J. Cole said in his song, 03 Adolescence, fast forward 4 years or so from now, I'll probably cry, which will probably be true, but for right now, let's celebrate. Wipe those tears, if there are any, and I'm mainly talking to you parents, and save them for when we leave those doors for the final time. For now, I can't wait to be the newest members of the upper school. Congratulations to us, we deserve it.
And now to the part we've all been waiting for, presentation of the certificates. Javier Fernando Arocha. Liam Cole Atkins. May Bailey. Molly Catherine Baker. Addison F. Becker. Andrea Hazel Bergman. Zachary Aaron Braun. Tommy Joseph Byrne. Kevin Chen. Riley M. Donner. Brooke Victoria Fesk. Sloan Abigail Fiverson. Regan Elizabeth Gatz. Colette Ann Gentili. Alexandra Lynn Genua. Gwyneth Ann Gagan. Charlotte Rose Greer. Camilla Gregorian. Victoria Lopez Holsworth. Mira Lubov Iyer. Isla E. Johnston. Raida Hanan Kareem. Addison Hope Kelly. Isabel May Kelson. Emma Margaret Kneebone. Lauren Elizabeth Kof. Jack Hudson Cornett. William Scott Lestrange. Rebecca Starr Leonard. Benjamin H. Luther. Robert Thomas McNara III. Emily Kate Mann. Daphne Lera Mariano. Louisa K. Marks Sargent. Alexander Hamilton McMahon. Olivia Mellon McNamara. Ryan M. Novak. Gabe Nussbaum. Anthony Michael Pallone. Jaya Shiva Palli. Maya A. Patankar. Casey Yasmin Patino. Clara Brick Pearl. Ellie Rose Pine. Gabriel Prusan. Declan J. Quinn. Sean Thomas Rizzo. Leon Sarkisian. Julia Lee Shob. Jason Daniel Schwartz. Camille Abigail Surgenton. Kevin Robert Sokolowski. Brandon Stephen Seuss. Nathan William Seuss. Jonathan Ryan Spencer. Rebecca Nicole Stolberger. Brooke Elizabeth Tannen. Haley Page Tannen. Emma Brooke Teitelbaum. Arden Rohan Upadhyaya. Sydney Michaela Urbach. Marco Anthony Velastro. Avesh Verma. India Nicole Beth Weinman. Chase Joseph Zakov. I now present to you the moving up class of 2021 and the graduating class of 2025. Congratulations.
Congratulations all and good morning. Welcome parents, grandparents, family, friends, faculty, and staff, and most importantly to you, the 8th grade class, on this very special day. I'm very happy to have the opportunity to say a few words at your Moving Up Day ceremony. We have learned a lot over the last year and a half. We've been introduced to new ways of teaching, using apps that we never dreamed of, and taking advantage of breakout rooms over Zoom. We are among the fortunate few who have been in person for a large majority of the year. Yes, face masks and plexiglass are a nuisance, but that is nothing compared to spending the year learning from home. So congratulations to all of you for navigating this year so deftly. These years can be tricky years to navigate even without the pandemic. So as you prepare to move from structure and rules to more freedom and self-reliance in high school, you are quite literally moving from childhood to young adulthood. These years can be messy. You are not immune from challenges that face all middle school students, but with those challenges come opportunities for growth. As an eternal optimist, I look for the positives that we have learned this year, and I would like to spend just a moment reflecting back on the year because, although it is a year many of us may want to forget, we have learned some valuable lessons. I feel quite strongly that over the last year and a half, when we have been separated from family, friends, and loved ones, that many of us have taken stock of what is truly important to us. For many, at the top of our list is the opportunity to spend time with family and close friends, to focus on health and well-being. Suddenly, the superficial goals that we may have seem less important. Think for a moment about what you remember about your experience in middle school. Chances are that it is a moment of human connection with friends, with family members, with a teacher, or a coach. The spirit with which you played kickball against the faculty this spring is a good example. And I'm assuming the faculty won? Absolutely not. No? Absolutely not. I am convinced that the approach that MBS takes to education with a focus on balance, health, both physical and emotional, and academic engagement helped us navigate this challenging time. This spring, as we have returned to some sort of normalcy, today being a fantastic example, spending time together, caring and watching out for each other has become even more important. You have developed habits over this past year that have helped you to live safely in a community, to make some sacrifices for the good of the community. You have done a remarkable job in the middle school because you thought beyond yourselves. As you head into the upper school, carry with you the satisfaction that comes from working together, and be sure to welcome the new students who will be joining you this fall. My advice for you today is to take care of each other while you engage in the process of discovery. Remember that it is the process that you go through as much as the final product that is achieved that will matter later in life. Never regret the hard work that you put into pursuit and an interest or goal. No one can take this away from you, and you will not even recognize until much later the many benefits that you have garnered from investing yourself fully. The measurement of your hard work does not come from a game won or a goal scored. It comes from the intrinsic value of putting forth your very best effort. Secondly, you have a distinct opportunity in the upper school to carry on the interests that you have discovered here in our middle school and perhaps discover some new passions. It is through engagement in the community, in the broadest sense, a unique focus and strength of MBS, that you will have the greatest high school experience. Take advantage of all the school offers and do so collectively. Embrace the new students who will join you in the fall. Help them feel welcome and encourage them to engage fully in MBS as you have. Get to know your teachers as you have done in the middle school. Never shy away from a challenge because you are afraid that you might not succeed. If you do not try, the fear of failure, you will miss opportunities in your life. It is in taking risks and seizing opportunities that you will develop to your full potential. All of you have a great deal to offer the MBS community, and you are an exceptional class. With the support of your parents, your teachers, and your peers, you are poised to make a difference and leave MBS even stronger than you found it. Have a great summer and return next fall with a renewed sense of energy, purpose, and resolve to make the most of your education. Now, to close out the program, it is my pleasure to introduce Alex Genoa.
"2020 was the year when the world fell apart, and some say it even ended. 2021, however, is the year we came back. While constantly surrounded by media that all started with something along the lines of, 'in these unfortunate times,' or 'I hope this email finds you and your family well,' we entered a new world. One with no faces, few in-person interactions, and where the space twixt the nose and chin was gone. We responded to this change, adapted, and rebounded. This year put our patience to the test, and it is a testament to our mental strength and resilience that we are here graduating today. There are many people who I'd like to thank for guiding me and my peers up to our final moments here in the MBS Middle School. I want to thank the parents first for supporting us through our ups and downs. I'd like to thank the faculty and staff for helping to create the wonderful environment that I've come to love about MBS. Mr. Caldwell and Ms. Luna for supporting our ideas, aspirations, and setting the framework for our education that has helped us to learn and grow as individuals as we approach our new goals. They have allowed us to have our own freedom to develop our interests and learn in sometimes unconventional ways. Finally, it would be a loss if I did not formally thank all of the students for being fantastic classmates and congratulate them on their efforts this year and in past years to persevere to this moment. To the parents, faculty, staff, heads of school, thank you, for we would not be here graduating today without you. I hope that the lessons we learned during our middle school years, adaptability, perseverance, the importance of family and friends, are the ones that we will take with us into our high school years and beyond. Thank you.